Welcome back to another episode of your favourite podcast in the whole world, man. We're here for another day, another episode. Got my boy Tay in the building in the shiny office, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, inside the office, man.
And got the one and only. And you introduce yourself before I just dumb down your thing, you know what I mean?
I'm, ft.Psychs, South London, 21 years of age, rapper.
Yeah.
Been rapping for like a long time, since I've been 8. So yeah, man, I'm not really here for theatrics, man. I'm just mellow with it, you get me?
Straight for the
This is what I figured, bro, I'm hungry.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, man. I don't really...
See, first time doing this kind of thing still.
Yeah, no, lich, man.
On the mic for a different reason, you know, like that.
Trust me, man. I'm excited, though.
Yeah, 100, man.
Say nothing. I'm pretty sure this is our first official guest inside the office, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Large up my boy Dino, but...
Yeah,
that was
YC
more
came through,
catch-up.
but he's like I kind of consider him like a family on the podcast, friends and family of the pod. I'm saying,
Large up the sponsors as well, man. You know we have to double down on some
Large
lunch
Up
real
Chicken
quick.
Kitchen. I can't
So
lie,
I got
must
you-
be putting on a couple stones by now, bro. Chicken Kitchen every
Just
week.
know I'm going gym after this is for you, my boy.
Appreciate
And
it.
I want to live. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Fucking.
Honest and real review, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Keep it a buck. If
a
you think it's not
review.
nice, then let us know, you know what I'm
Which it
saying?
will be.
But that's a dumpling burger, so the actual buns are dumplings.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And then we got 1 fries each as well.
Do you know I forgot my
that's
ketchup?
for you,
You know, man.
Again.
Again, bro. Like guys, like, oh, it is ketchup. You know that man that just can't eat without
No,
ketchup.
I'm like that, though.
Are you like that as well?
It depends, though.
Do you put ketchup on rice?
No, that's mad.
Oh yeah,
I'm on a ketchup and rice thing.
No, that's
man.
insane.
bro.
That's insane.
I'm on a
That is
ketchup and rice
insane
thing.
still.
The only thing I don't have ketchup with is like lasagna. That's about it. Other than that, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, I used to have a slight addiction with ketchup as a youth. Like, I just put it on bread.
What? No, you man,
Wait, you can't say nothing, you put it on rice.
Ketchup and bread. Just ketchup and bread.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
ketchup
Like,
and bread.
This when I was a youth, though.
nah, that's crazy, that's
I didn't
crazy.
do this past the age of
Bro
10.
still does that.
Don't lie. Nah, don't tell me that now. You know what I'm saying?
That
Yeah, man. But listen, we got Psychs in the building.
man.
I want to touch on some music, man. Do you get me? So, bro, we was in the car and was taking in your freestyle that you dropped on TikTok.
Yes.
Listen, you know how many times I reloaded that, bro? It's not even a joke.
Come on, man.
It's not even a
Yeah,
joke.
now that thing's hard still.
So before we even touch on that whole freestyle, yeah, I want to bring it back all the way to the beginning now, yeah. So you said you started music around the age of 8, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did that come about? Like, what was the whole vision behind that?
You know what? There wasn't even a vision. You know, when you're a kid, you just do things off of instinct, innit?
Yeah.
And I remember just like, you kind of just, I feel like music's such a spiritual thing, innit? It's not just something that you pick up and you say, I'm gonna do this. It's like, you gotta feel it, innit? And I remember just always being on my mum's laptop, just on YouTube, listening to Tiny Temper,
I know
like,
Yo,
Daffy.
remember that.
But it's like, that's all, but it's mad, because when I actually think back in the moment, it don't really feel like much, but when I'm actually looking back at it, I'm like, right, I really used to sit down in front of a laptop all day, just listening to my favourite songs. And then what I would do is then get up the lyric version so I could rap along, innit?
Yeah.
And
Then you
then,
feel like you're in a movie that's
and
rapping
then no, I swear down, but then you know what I would, then I took it a step further, and I was like, cool, you know what? It would be cool if I could learn this and rap this. Then I started writing it down. So I knew my favourite, like, the lyrics of my favourite songs.
Wait, pause. So you're bringing that up on YouTube, yeah?
Yeah.
On mum's laptop, for example, you're a young 9 or something, yeah?
Yeah.
In your bedroom, watching Tiny Temper.
Yeah.
And then you got the lyrics up and you're getting your own piece of pen and paper and writing down the lyrics like an essay. Again,
Yeah.
giving yourself homework and that. Like.
Yeah.
That's like the foundational stages.
Just
man.
so I could learn it, you know
That's
what I
like
mean?
the building blocks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, 100. And that's before I knew, it's weird how you start to discover like your talent. That's when I knew that I had a love for music, but not like doing it for myself. You know what I'm trying to say? That's just a love for the whole thing in general. And then it's in year 6 when my brethren pushed me out my comfort zone and we made a little group. And then from then, that's when I did my first ever performance in school. Yeah.
School time. School
Right.
days.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
Same
know I was a
primary
rapper as well, you know.
Yeah.
That's when I wrote my own lyrics.
Alright, so you said that
Perform my own
your
bit.
brethren pushed you outside your comfort zone, yeah?
Yeah.
But how did they know originally that you were into music? Was it a thing where in the playground you lot are rapping?
I guess we always like, you know, back then, yeah, that 2010 era for music was amazing. Like, you don't remember, is it Dynamite by Teo Cruz or something like that? That era. Like,
I know you don't know about them tunes there.
I know still.
You don't know about them tunes there. Yeah.
that era was immaculate for music. We just used to know all the songs. We just link up in the playground. Someone would beatbox, and then we'd just be rapping every single thing, singing, rapping, beatboxing, performing the whole thing. Yeah. So it's like from then they kind of knew it's like, right, you can do that. You can rap, man. You know what I'm trying to say? It's my brethren, the Shard, big him up. He's the one who pushed me out my comfort zone. And then, yeah, we all wrote our own lyrics, brought it together, and we did it for the end of the year show. So,
swear down, you had your own rap group in school and that.
Yeah, man.
That's hard.
It's called Blick Beats.
Blick Beats.
Is it all dark skin man just hopping on the mic? Yeah.
You know what it is? Nah, me and the Shard, we were dark skinned. And I'm even darker than him. Shay was mixed race. Like he's like you ain't even tan, bro. He's just mixed race, just bang on in the middle. Irish and Ghanaian.
Wow.
So
I
don't even know it's called Blick Beats. It's like he wasn't. Yeah,
Not
it
every man
was
was
so random. It was just random. I don't think we actually did it based off the fact it was skin color. Blick was just that new word.
Yeah.
In that era,
That's
so it was
what's
just
happening
like,
at the time.
you know what? Blick Beats, innit? Charge
I
it.
hear that still. That's like me, yeah. We're not with the blick thing, but that's like me in the sense where I remember when I was in school, all the man them at break time would just do like rap battles and that. We'll all go into the field, going to the far end of the field and just spitting bars, and then everyone's got their phone and you say shit by everyone's like, oh, like you're just running around being dumb.
You saying is that primary or high school though? Secondary?
Both. For me, it was literally both still, but high school was when I had an actual group, but like primary, it was just like, just was a
Secondary, that was my thing. You see, back in school, yeah, my protocol lunchtime was either I'm playing basketball or I'm linking up with a man them in the change rooms and we're rapping. So if it's a day like this and it's raining, we're going in the change rooms, all the man them are spitting bars. And just like you said, like, let's just say now I say, boom, 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 and your trim is dead. Everyone's going crazy in the change room. You know, for that lunchtime, I'm feeling like a star boy.
No, well.
You know what? The rap battle thing it started in primary school after Let It Shine came up on Disney.
I remember Let It Shine.
I remember that.
No one was rap battling before that. Let It Shine came out and changed the whole game.
But you know what's mad, yeah? Now I'm thinking about it. Like, similar to what you were saying with music here, I used to do the same thing with dance. Like, man used to be a bad boy little street dancer when I was younger, you know, no word of a lie, but I used to do the same thing. Like, do you not remember the film, what's it called? You got stumped. You got served.
That was my film,
Bro,
I don't even remember that film.
You don't remember that
Bro,
film?
that's say
my
Step Up
favourite
or something.
You got served, Step Up, and what's the
Yeah.
other one? Stump the Yard. You don't know about Stump the
Yeah.
Yard? Bro, I used to sit there and watch this this movie every single day to the point where man could do the same dance with them.
But that's the same as me with
Exactly,
it's the
exact
same
same
things.
thing,
Like that's
bro.
how you find. I think when you're younger and you don't have that initial creativity of forming it by yourself, but you know that you like it. That's the those are the signs, innit? I wouldn't say synth, but those are like the
Foundation,
Yeah,
really.
those are the signs.
You know
like,
why
wow.
I rate you, bro? Yeah, because there's not a lot of people that can carry a passion for that many years. Do you know what I'm saying? Like once I got into high school, like I was so passionate about street dance. Like, that was my thing before trendset and everything. That was me, street dance, innit? But when I touched high school, I even remember this logically. I said to myself when I was young at the time, like I can't make no money from dancing. You know what I mean, if I knew now with this whole TikTok era, I'd have said, what? I'm jumping. You see these TikTokers on TikTok doing their mad dances and whatnot. That probably would have been
collabs
me
and that.
back then, do you know what I'm saying? But in my head, I logically said, I can't make dough from this, so I'm dropping it out, boom. But I rate you because you stayed on this music path from 8, bro. That's a long time, up until now, do you know what I'm saying? So, cool. So my next question is, so through this whole, how many years is that? I can't even do the maths right now, yeah? A lot of years. But throughout them years, yeah, has there ever been any points where you thought, bro, music's not for me? Like, I've got a different calling.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my days. So many times. Because you know what it is? I guess it's like, I feel like it only happens when you start to lose track of the purpose. And you start to, when it's not really something to remind you of why you're doing it.
Or why you
to
started
begin
in the
with.
first place.
Exactly. Then everything just starts to get lost in translation a bit. Then you start questioning everything. It's like, why did I drop that freestyle the other day?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? Why am I spending time writing when I could be banging PlayStation right now instead of that? But once you, I guess, find that purpose, you get that purpose back and you start to remember why you do it and why you love it, it starts to, you don't really get those questions anymore. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, no, I came out that recently, to be honest. Yeah, man.
Talk to me, bro.
Had a long talk with my manager and big up Rich, man. Honestly, one of the best managers out there.
Allowed you up, man. So what did that conversation look like? Like, why did that conversation start in the first place?
You know what? It came from a series of me just going through a lot. Things things mentally that I hadn't addressed.
Yeah.
A lot of the time it's made me think we got to like carry the battle by ourselves. And there's a lot of things that if I just spoke about them, it would have been cleared up, would have had the clarity.
Yeah.
I would have been good.
And a shoulder to cry on these times, you get?
Yeah, so man's carried the burden from a lot of things that have just built up, haven't taken the time to actually heal from it. And then you start to, and I guess the reason why you do those things is because you don't really think it's gonna affect the other things in your life as well. You're like, you know what, if I'm dealing with this, that's not gonna affect my ability to go to the studio and do music.
Does, bro, man.
But it's like you start, I've learned, well, I wouldn't even say the hard way, I've learned how God's wanted me to learn that, you know, it's all linked. You could be dealing with that, but it's still gonna affect you over here.
Trickles
this
down.
The way that I see it, like,
so real,
regardless where you go, whether you go to the studio or whether you're at your house stressed out, your brain still travels with you everywhere you go, bro. Do you get me? So the same stress you're having inside your bedroom and you're by yourself, that same brain's gonna travel with you all the way to the studio.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Them same thoughts are still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So my next question for you now, bro. I've got bare questions for you, like it's an interview. It's not by the way. It's a conversation, innit? But when it comes to you making music now,
Yeah.
when you said you was going through a rough period, how does that kind of show up in your music now? Is it a thing where you pour that emotion, that pain into the lyrics, or is it a thing where you can't even get into that booth and spit the same way that you would usually do because of your mind? You know what I mean?
Music therapy, I like.
No, yeah, it's therapeutic, man. And I feel like it's a stage of things, innit? It's like going through it, recognizing the life side of things, that, okay, cool, this situation actually exists, then taking time to process it, and then being able to pen it onto paper. You know what I'm trying to say? But I'll be real, it's not every single thing that man's gone through and man experiences that I force myself to be able to write about. If I feel it needs to be written about, then I write about it. Sometimes it's just a matter of going through it and just going through it. And I think people forget that too. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I see a lot of comments sometimes when, obviously, when you're a celebrity, your life is out there. Celebrities might come out of a relationship, like artists. They'll be like, oh, that person's about to make some good music. I'm like,
I've seen people say that still.
but I'm like, you know what? Okay, cool. You know what? It's valid. It's valid.
But it's tapped
But
as
it's
well.
like, this person's a human being. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, what if they don't want to make music about what they've just gone through? And then it all starts to come full circle. And that person's like, I don't even have time to heal from this. People are expecting music from this situation. So maybe that's what I need to do right now to be able to heal. But then you're doing that, and that might not even go right. And then you're thinking, raw, like, what am I doing right now? What am I supposed to be doing? Because you haven't even taken the time to heal how you have to, because there's that additional pressure of, this thing I've just gone through has to be turned into music now. You haven't even taken time to experience it for yourself.
And I guess it's a thing where you can't even, like, when you don't process what you've gone through, you wouldn't be able to articulate that situation properly in your lyrics anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just need to sit back, even if it's for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and really analyze the situation, because within that time, you're gonna go through a wave of different emotions. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like writing on your pain, I reckon playing a long-term game where you can see the whole perspective of the situation. You've zoomed out now, so you can kind of not only speak from your point of view, but their point of view too. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that will make a better song too. You know what I'm saying?
Real. Even adding on to that, like, sometimes I see like these bait rappers, or like, say like some of these American rappers, like Bryson, not even rappers, like artists like Bryson Tiller or someone else, and then in a relationship, and literally what you're saying, they've broken up now, it's on like Shade Room or something, and the comments are like, yeah, like finally he's gonna drop some good music, or finally they're gonna do this. But I think like, bro, that's tapped. Like, these people are human beings, you know, like you can't just expect them to be music machines, and just because they've gone through some mad trauma to just drop some next banger that's gonna chart. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, maybe they need time for their mental health, or time to just have a break.
I think a lot of people do it in general though, like people in the spotlight, Like even with Ronaldo, like when he had the miscarriage. His wife had the miscarriage, and people were still had some mad expectation for him to play good because he's whatever. And it's like when you've been in the spotlight for so long, people actually forget that you're human. And it sounds mad to say, but it's actually the truth. Like people actually forget you're just like them, and you go through things that are gonna affect you the same way it would affect anyone else.
No,
you know
bro.
what I'm trying to say? So
touching on the stories as well, yeah, like speaking on or making lyrics about your story, your life, yeah. Do you feel like you're the type of rapper where you can make a song about a story that has nothing to do with you, like a story that or a situation, let's just say a situation about a girl breaking up with her man? Would you be able to jump into someone else's shoes and rap about that from their perspective, or do you feel like you can only rap based off your point of view, your life, and what you've gone through?
I think as an artist, I have the potential to write about anything. It's just about how deep you want to dive into it. I've never really gone in that direction before to write a point of view type rap from the perspective of someone else. But you definitely can, because as long as you understand the concepts of it, it's just a matter of putting it together, isn't it? It's just like, cool, if a girl breaks up with a man, cool, she's gonna be upset. That's a concept. Cool, she's gonna be chatting bare west to her friends about that guy, and then it's like, cool, that's a concept. Then there's the whole idea of, what, you love that guy and then you're chatting west about him, and then, cool, you've already three things. There's so many different things. As long as you understand
the context behind it.
Yeah, the steps and how that the things that you go through to be able to heal through whatever, that you can write about anything, man. I think as long as you have a knowledge about something, you can write about it.
Yeah.
100%.
What do you feel about? How do you feel about rappers? Yeah, and let's not even name names. We're not getting specific here, but people who rap about a life they don't really live. Like there's this whole thing now, or kind of like wave, I would say, about people, especially in the UK, doing a lot of like real rap. Not even real rap, about like the streets and whatnot, yeah. But it's arguable, because maybe not every single one of those rappers has really lived that, do you know what I mean? So like, what's your perspective on music you hear about a certain thing and you're thinking, right, like, is this real? Or is this like you're saying, putting himself in the perspective of someone else just to get them views and get a hit?
Alright, cool. There's a balance of when you do that, innit? You're talking about heartbreak, no one's gonna question whether or not. No one's gonna care as much. Yeah. No one's gonna be like, oh, you haven't been heartbroken. Why are you chatting about heartbreak?
Yeah.
If we're chatting about running a man down and being a shooter, someone's gonna be like, wait,
shut up.
you haven't done that.
Yeah.
You can't rap about it. No, but if heartbreak, no one's gonna tell you can't do that, because that's like, I feel like heartbreak is more universal. It's something that everyone goes through, whether it's with friends, whether it's with
family,
or a relationship. You know what I'm trying to say? When it's universal, I don't think anyone cares.
Bro.
I hear that still.
What's happening?
Yo, my
Rap?
G.
What's going on, man?
I'm through, man. We're
Nah,
live
it's
in
all
the
good,
episode,
It's all
man.
good. It's all good.
It's good. You're good though, yeah?
What's happening, bro? You right? It's raining out here, man. It's crazy.
Good, yeah?
I'm telling you, brother.
Come on, man. Let's get this seat.
This rain is not.
Rain's crazy.
Not
innit?
it, bro.
Pete,
Real close.
we're recording, I could just hear it. I said, what?
Yeah. I'm hearing thunder,
I think
bro.
LT's
like, yeah?
coming as well.
Swear down. Yeah, let him come through, man.
How did you get through, bro? Did you knock on the door, yeah?
Yeah,
And you came
I think
through?
It was your mom, right?
Yeah, my gun. Yeah.
Ooh. So, but yeah, like you were saying, my G, in terms of the whole perspective, I agree, because if you're rapping about heartbreak, more time, every man's probably had their heart broken or whatever, it's cool.
Like, people want that music.
Yeah, literally, but I think just because in the UK, a lot of the popular music around the whole like drill kind of rap scene is to do with like bandolin, that's what people are rapping about, and that shit sells you. I think people are quick to jump onto that just, do you know what I mean? To latch themselves onto something. What do you think?
You know what? Everything follows you though, man. So if you keep doing that, that's why, you know what? One thing I've learned as of recent is that your conscience is like
Real.
your biggest, it's like your biggest prison. You know what I'm trying to say? It's the
Break
thing
that
that's
down, bro.
it's the thing that's gonna, you can either set yourself free with it or you can trap yourself in it. You know what I'm trying to say? If you do things and you know that deep down inside you ain't done that, like the punishment is within
gonna
yourself.
happen.
It's,
You gotta live with that, innit?
you're feeling bad that you're chatting that nonsense. You know, it's worse enough that you know, other people are going to be saying it, but the person who's going to be feeling it the most is you. And then that it catches up to you. It's like, damn. Then what makes it worse is when a situation actually happens and you're not actually built like that, then you really get caught up.
The way I
know
see
what I'm
it,
trying to
like, I'm sounding like tired here, yeah, but it's energy though. Energy is real, do you know what I'm saying? And when I say energy is real, it's like, cool, you've made this song, yeah, and even though it's not something you relate to, you've put your energy into it now. You can see yourself actually living this life. You can see it in your head. Not only that now, you put it out to the world. So now there's kids in Glasgow, there's kids in London that when they see you, they think you're built for that life now as well, do you know what I'm saying? So that energy is surrounding you now naturally, do you know what I'm saying? And you're just gonna be attracted to these, I'm sounding like Ty, it's crazy, bro. I'm actually sounding just like this guy. But like these things will naturally be attracted to you because you put the energy out there, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, what's it called? What's that word?
Reciprocation.
Yeah, reciprocation. You know what I'm saying? You see, it's like a frisbee. You know, you throw something out,
come
come right back to you. You know what I'm saying?
It happens, man. Of
real.
course, because it's like, imagine you do that, and then that pops off now. Like 100 million people have heard you talk about banging off, beating off guns and this, that, and the other, and you've never done it.
And you ain't beating nothing but your meat, bro.
In
Your
your-
food still.
And you've never done it a day in your life. Like,
Yeah.
that's now, like, people are going to question it, and it'll catch up to you.
Not even people's gonna question it. Sorry to interrupt you, but people are gonna fact check that as well now.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter if people question it. That's not even a bit that matters. What matters more is now, it's like someone out there is gonna try to test you
Yeah, they're gonna fact check
based
that.
off those
That's what I'm
facts.
saying.
They're gonna try to test. They're gonna see you. They're gonna think, "Rah, so you're on what you're on."
Show
And now
me now.
you're. Do you get it? But it's different. If you're chatting that and you're already from that, it doesn't make a difference whether or not you say it or not because there's already people looking. Like the music, if you deep it, yeah, see the real gangsters and whatnot. The music isn't just 1% of what's actually going on. You get? They can chat whatever because whoever's coming for them is already coming for them anyway. It's not because they've said something in their music. It's because of things that they've actually done that have repercussions. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Those are the real. You get me? But if you ain't done nothing and you're attracting that towards you with the music, you're done. Yeah.
So what do you feel about the rappers now? Yeah, where they're really on road, they're really doing the things they're rapping about, but they're saying it in their music. You know what I'm saying? So they might have stabbed someone a few years back, but now they're saying it in their music. You know what I'm saying? They might have kidnapped someone, but now they're saying it in their music. Like, what do you feel about that?
Thank you, bro.
I feel like it's expression, like music's expression, innit, at the end of the
100%.
day. Do you know what I'm saying? But when you're incriminating yourself, like there's a thin line between expression and self-snitching. You know what I'm saying? What do you think
I
about
hear it. Oh, that's a good one.
That
you
is
know.
a good one still.
I hear it. Oh man, I've always had an answer for this, but
No, I think that's a good question, you know, because even for me, and I'm not really like, I don't make no music, but I think sometimes I listen to these rappers and I'm thinking, brother, like, you're going to jail. I think to myself, bro, like, this is hard, you're going to jail. The way you're talking is like, even me, I'm moving like detective, putting two and two together, and man's on this lane and doing this up, gun beating, do you know what I'm trying to say? And I'm thinking, bro, like, where's the, like, at what level is it like, I can only say this amount of things without, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess it's like you do it knowing what you can get away with. If you've actually done it,
Yeah,
you say it knowing what you can get away with
that's true.
and what you know.
But you don't know because you never know who's really watching.
Or listening, bro.
Yeah, or listening. Like yesterday, I like to watch documentaries, innit? So I was watching a documentary. I was watching one crime documentary. This old man was about 67, but he was running like a prostitution house, yeah? But he's just walking his everyday life thinking it's cool. Bro, when I say that the police was following his every single move and he was oblivious to it, bro.
For how many years?
No, for a good couple months, bro. Like,
months.
They've got his car, they're following him, and it's local as well. I'm seeing him driving on the 840. But there's like undercover cars following him. They got pictures of him walking in and out of this house. And it's like him, he's thinking, yeah, I'm cutting through, I'm making my money, or whatever the case may be, but no one knows. When in reality, they're watching his every step. And it's the same with these artists now as well. You don't know who's actually watching you. Do you know what I'm saying? So you might think, yeah, I can say this because in reality, only me and my boys know about this situation. But the truth is, you don't know who knows, you know what I'm saying?
No, word.
It's mad. It's mad, it's mad, it's mad.
I hear it, man. I hear it. When you put it like that, then I guess, oh boy,
Mum,
I guess.
Be careful,
but
you
you
know?
said,
Yeah.
innit? But taking it somewhere else now, yeah? So, music, you said you've been doing music for a long time.
Yeah.
I say, well, I can't speak for you, but how long do you reckon it's been where you feel like you put your foot down in music and now you're known that this is what I do? Like, how long do you reckon that's been?
Oh,
How many years would you say? Like
I
you're
would say-
cemented now. Like guys know when they think
Can't
of
lie, I
you,
would say
music.
from like 2018.
Yeah.
So 2018 to now, so that's probably about 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, coming up to 5 years.
Yeah.
When I did the Black Box Cypher. And I would say that's
You're
when
hard, you know.
people started.
You know
Thank
that?
you, man. Thank
We're,
you, man.
hard, you
we're gonna
know.
touch
Thank
on
you,
that.
brother.
We're
hard, you
gonna
know.
touch
Thank
on
you,
it. We're
brother.
gonna touch on the music itself in a bit slow.
I would say it's when I did that. 'Cause that's when I really started to. Everything else I was building by myself. Then I got the opportunity. I took it. Big up Okesh at the time. He was at Black Box. And he gave me the opportunity to be able to be on the cypher, and I took it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't lie, I was slightly nervous. I've never done anything like this before. But I took the time, I prepared, learned what I had to learn, went there, shelled it. And till this day, no matter what I do, people still reference back to that. And it's like, when I listen to that, I'm like, that's not even a mere representation of
where you're at
what
now.
I'm doing now. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's
Maybe
scary,
a
because
glimpse
that
of
Black
it.
Box is crazy. But my question was though, yeah, so alright, cool. 2018, done this Black Box, that's now where you're cemented. Guys know this is what you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Like through your rise now throughout the past 5 years where you've been elevated and you've had different opportunities above that now, have you felt like any repercussions? I say repercussions, that might be the wrong word, but your friendship group, the people around you, treating you any different way as you're riding, or maybe like someone that might feel a bit better. Like you might have started in the same area, the same space as your brethren, but now they're seeing you elevate to higher ranks.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Have you felt
I know-
that?
I definitely know there's man that are a bit like 1,000,000% that are bitter because of how man's doing. Like, there's people who were
fucked
bitter.
up, though.
There are people who were bitter from when I was in sixth form. Like just.
So imagine them now, blood.
Yeah.
But you know what? Come 2020, I dropped the COVID thing, and then that went viral, and that felt good because it's like
A proof point.
that is it's like this is literally everything that's come full circle up until that point anyway. That's proof of how hard I've been working. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not. It was nowhere near the end.
I was looking at that. What are you doing, bro?
I knew you lot was gonna come. I knew you lot was gonna come with that, bro. I'm trying to do it when you lot are talking, bro. Leave me alone, bro.
be discreet and
Leave me alone, man. What's the matter with you lot,
Healing
man?
it up.
Yeah, I don't like coleslaw.
You drew him up because if anyone was watching this, they wouldn't have been
They
praying.
wouldn't have noticed. Like, look, I'm hiding.
You know what? You know what? Though? I'm that 1% that's watching, and sometimes I'm focusing on the other things. And I'm like,
yeah.
what is that brother doing?
Yeah.
I listen to you feel thinking, what the fuck is this right
You
here?
lot allow me, man. Allow me.
Alright, carry on.
I lost my train of thought.
See what I'm saying? This guy just interrupted the whole
You're
thing.
talking about proof
No, but I'm
point,
saying, yeah,
COVID
it was
thing.
a proof point, man. It was like, this is proof of everything I've been doing up until this point. And it's like, what was peak is that you couldn't escape it. It was on the radio. It was and at this point, so this was happened, obviously. Cool, we've left school now. The week I dropped it was the week that all schools closed, innit?
Yeah.
And then who knew that time would just go like that afterwards? It was peak. When we went into lockdown, it was just mad.
fuck
schools
Probably was a
closed.
Crazy period.
I
I'm gonna
actually-
learn about that in school.
No, I get proper like it was bittersweet because I'd never want to go back there ever again. You know what I'm trying to say? But for a while, I was actually happy it was like that. And then I was like, nah, this is peak when I really deep it and the amount of restrictions and that. But obviously that week, it just took off. I was like, right, that's the first music video I've ever done. My manager said, you might as well write a freestyle about what's going on. I said, calm. And then he said, no, we might as well do it properly. So got his brethren. Big up Wale, man. He shot the video for that. And we shot it. And one day, recorded the freestyle. So I wrote it, recorded it the next day, shot it the day after. So it was a proper, intense 2-3 days. And then we got it out the day after that. Like he stayed up with Wale that whole time. Didn't sleep, just getting it out. Editing it, making sure it was clean, getting it out. Boom, that's gone. Went viral. While I was still in sixth form, so people are listening to it. It's my first music video ever. And then people are hearing it from other schools. Like man are sending me snaps saying, this is common on the radio and we're in school. And I'm like, rah, that's mad. Yeah, insane. I was like, this is crazy. And
That's mad still.
you know what I'm trying to say? So
Go on.
and then, yeah, that was like, that's another point where it's like, proof of what I've done has just been cemented. It's like, yeah, cool, I'm here now. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's mad. It's like the overnight success some people might call it, but really and truly your overnight was like 8 years. Do you know what I'm saying? The only difference is your overnight was an 8-year period. But a lot of people might think, like, COVID happened, he just dropped this tune and he came out of nowhere. But little do they know, bro, you were sitting inside your living room with your laptop at 8 years old taking the Tiny Tempest lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
That's the stuff that no one sees, man.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's like, I don't really take offense to it, to be honest.
That's with everything as well, isn't it?
Only sometimes when someone might say it's luck and I'm like,
Shut up.
stuff
But
ain't
luck is when preparation meets opportunity, and that's exactly what it was, bro. Like, you was prepared for all of these years to the point where now where COVID comes, you was ready to hit. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what it is? No, I only say that. What I meant is when people say, oh, you're lucky. And I'm like, I'm not. Because this wasn't always something that I had within me. Like, there's so many years it took for me to be able to find out that I'm actually good at this. And I have a natural love for it. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, even earlier on when you touched on like the fact I've had the passion for this long, that's just come from the fact I just genuinely love what I do. It's like, what I found interesting wasn't about how much bread I can make. It's just, I'm learning so many different things. And that's what made it interesting for me. Like, learning how to rap on beat, learning how to tap into that genre or get into this pocket when I'm rapping. It's like, you learn all these different things and it actually keeps you tied in. It's like, all my days, like, I know how to do this. I want to learn how to do this now.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that keeps you engaged. And then you just keep doing it. It's like, I'm just excited to see the different levels I can keep touching. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, I rate that so much, my bro. And even what you were saying as well a second ago about how, like, when you was back in school and sixth form, and the COVID thing dropped and like when everyone's breaking up for summer holidays and that, how did you feel when people are coming to you and saying, "Rah, like your thing's getting played on the radio"? Like, that must have been like you must feel like a star boy still.
What's your mindset at that time?
You know, a lot of fake love, man. A lot.
So, why?
A lot of fake love. Because obviously,
go on.
you're doing what you're doing. No one's bigged you up on the little steps. No one's bigged you up on the, right, that freestyle you put on Insta was cold. Or I used to drop a lot of Insta freestyles, which obviously not on my page now, but from the whole time from when I've been in school, from like, especially in sixth form, I used to drop freestyles like weekly, innit? Those are the little building blocks as well. The little,
that's the
you know what I'm trying to say.
foundation.
And everyone's aware of those, but no one bigs you up for that until there's proof of what that's now led to. Then they're like, oh, bro, you're cold, man. Keep doing your thing. And it's like, whatever, man. Genuinely, you know what I'm trying to say. But I keep it. I don't take it personal. I've learnt not to take it personal because it's like, I think people are just people. And that's just what they're gonna do. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's just humans for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like where the attraction is, that's where people are naturally gonna go. I saw something the other day, and it was touching on like day ones. And a lot of people that you might consider your day ones aren't really day ones. They started when you first started, but they kept themselves close enough to you to the point where they're still considered as close friends, but they're not as close, but they need to help you on your way up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in your mind you think, wow, like, I have to show love to my man because he was here from when I first started. Yeah, but in reality, he was there, but what was he actually doing? You know what I mean? He was just like a side member or something.
And even, that's a different away from the music thing, but that's something I've learned as well, is that just because you've grown up with someone and you may have known them for time and years, doesn't mean to say that you now have to like carry them on into your journey now or in the future. Because everyone goes on to different paths. Like the boys who you was brethren with in year 6, year 7 may not be your boys for today. And even if some of them are, not all of them are going to be on the same path as you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, what value does that friendship have for you right now in 2023? Or am I just holding on to this brother and he's my brethren because, me and him was in the same form back in year 6. And
that's the realization I had to come to. And it's like, I was like, no, man, I've got to start like cutting certain people out. Not cutting people out, but not feeling bad for not communicating with them as much.
And being selfish, bro.
You know what, it's peak because when you start touching these new heights, you get this like survivor's guilt. And it's like, we started off in the same spot. I've gone on to do this. I've been blessed with the fact that my song's gone viral and whatnot. My COVID was, I'll be real, it was comfy, innit? Other people didn't really have that same experience. Like, I was at home doing interviews for BBC and all these different outlets and whatever. Other people were properly like suffering. You know what I'm trying to say?
Trying to find a job in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I wasn't suffering. I had my own battles as well.
Yeah, everyone's got their own
but
things,
it's like, it wasn't, I'm not going to sit here and say it was as bad as what other people had to go through and had to experience. You know what I'm trying to say? And then separate from that though, the survivor's got to even come from that. It's like, raw, I've actually gotten to myself to this point where I'm proper doing well for myself. And then it's like, now I'm not really chatting to people that were there from the start, but not because I distance myself from them on purpose, but just because it's like, you're not really active in my life like that anymore. And it's like, I'm not going to run back to bring you forward. It's like, you either moving with me or you're not. And then you start feeling bad because it's like, rah, I'm doing well. It feels like I cut them out, but I haven't. And you just have to remember that you're just working hard at the end of the day. If people
How you
are
do
gonna
with that
move
then?
you,
Like, when you actually have those thoughts and you're thinking that I've left the people that I first started with, yeah. And those thoughts flash into your mind, like, how do you deal with that? Because that's not an easy thing to deal with. I've dealt with that myself as well, you know what I mean? But how do you like combat that? You know what I mean?
You know what it
you
is?
must feel like inside, like, bro, am I a snake? Like, am I really leaving these lot? Do you know what I mean? When really and truly that's not the case, but how do you deal with that?
you know what it is? Everyone goes, it's probably the same for you, like there's day ones, but they all go into like different categories. Like there's some that is like, cool, yeah, we went to school together, but we're not calm. And there's some where it's like, we went to school together, but you're actually my brother, regardless of how often we speak.
meet,
Because I know
yeah.
that no matter when I speak to you,
Ain't gonna
you've got
change.
me. And so it's like, for the people who are cut out, because it's like, well, it was never really a brother thing like that anyway, because if it was, then surely you'd still check in on man now. Exactly.
That's real.
Then I don't really feel bad. You know what I'm trying to say? At the time, I would have felt bad because it's fresh. When you start to distance, it's fresh. But then as time goes on, it's like, whatever, I don't feel bad. You know what I'm trying to say? But for the people who are my day ones, I don't speak to them as often, but I know they're, no matter what, we're locked in. That's just, you don't really feel a way about that. So yeah, it's just like, it's just love. It's like, you know what? You might not speak as often, and I know I'm doing my thing, and it looks like I don't care about you, but you can shout me for genuinely anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ad break, yeah. How was the food, bro? What was that saying?
Aye.
Because every time man's not speaking, I'm seeing you.
This thing is leg. I'm actually giving it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah? Shout out Chicken Kitchen, man.
Loves them up.
Shout out Chicken Kitchen.
Nah, loves them up still. Even with the, like, Tay really put me onto the wrap, so normally I would have got the same thing as you, the
I
dumpling
get the
burger.
same thing
yeah.
every
That
time.
thing is leg.
The dumpling burger's leg in it, bro, too leg. But every time I go there, like even large up Stacey, when I'm going there and I'm like getting my order, she's like, again, you're getting the same exact thing. I'm thinking,
Because it's
bro,
leg. No, I hear it.
I gotta switch it up.
I hear it
still.
though.
But the wrap, I feel healthy. Young coleslaw in
Even
there.
though I
that
took
minute.
some of the health out, but yeah, it was nice though. I had a little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, then cool. So let's talk now, man. Let's actually ad break again, yeah?
Yeah.
You gotta let me know if you're down with this, bro, yeah? If not, it's cool, because I know the circumstances, your crutches and whatnot. But every episode, the man them do push-ups.
He said, yeah.
It's Pete.
Yeah, as a peak,
Pete.
yeah? Oh, it's peak right now.
I don't, I'm, you know what it is? I don't want to try to prove a point and then
Yeah,
this
back up.
shit
Yeah, we're not
itself.
doing that, we're not doing
I
that.
promise you, I'm not. I meditated on this. You know, I was like, cool push-ups. I was thinking about this from when I injured myself. I was like, on the 5th, I got to do push-ups. I'm like, I've been sleeping. I'm sleeping. I'm like, damn, do I prove a point? So I leave it
It's
like,
not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. It's
I
not
ain't
worth
proving
it.
a point.
But just
I ain't
know
proving
next
a
time
point.
you come through to the pod, we're doing them push-ups.
Yeah. As long as no injury, I'm
Yeah,
here
then
for
we're
it.
good.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. All right then, so boom. Freestyle now, yeah. Me and bro, literally today,
Yes.
and A as well.
Yes.
We were sitting in the whip and was taking in your latest freestyle that you dropped on TikTok, yeah.
Bruv.
Bro, I was listening to that before I even knew you was coming onto the podcast, and I said, what? Nah. And that was like, how long was the freestyle? Like 2 minutes?
2 minutes or something.
That's a song right there, bro.
Effortless, like a whole song in it. So talk me through the whole process of that freestyle specifically, and like, what was the idea behind it? And
You know what? Sometimes it's not even an idea, you know? Like, I never actually sit down and think, right, I want to write this for a purpose. I just write because it's just therapeutic to write, get things off your chest. And I'm like, bruv, if I know the bars, man, depending on the set, everything's so organic. Like, I don't really plan things, you know what I'm trying to say? That freestyle came from I was at a ball sesh with my boy, big up MA, man. I was at his bit with the boys and that. And then stayed there till late. My boy Jar, the speaker, we played a couple of beats and that. And I was like, you know what? I remember the bars of this. Let me run this and then just put it out there. You know what I'm trying to say? And that was just that. But I'd written it separate from that day. I didn't write it knowing that on that day.
Bro, I've literally listened to it in my
He's
head.
bumping himself. It's not even
I didn't
playing.
write it. I didn't write it thinking on this day I'm gonna record it. To be
you just
fair,
had that there in the bank.
Yeah, if I didn't go to that ball session, it probably would have never put it out. And it's crazy when like for you lot, you might deep. It's like, raw, this might have never seen the light of day. But it's like for me, I'm not even deep. I just write because I just love writing. It's like, and if I get the chance to put it out, I'll put it out. If not,
Man said rap like Arthur Sword, it chose me. Yeah, I'm in the car like, bro, I was Tony and Tay like, we're in the car and thinking, nah. Tay's like, go back 10 seconds, go back 10 seconds, reload it. Like, it's mad still. So even with the rap thing, so like, let's get into it a bit more because obviously 2023, like post-COVID, you got the rise of TikTok and even myself, and I'm not really in the rap kind of music scene yet, and I'm seeing a lot of people blow and just go clear through TikTok and hopping on trends and using that to their advantage to like kind of fast track. Whether there's a right or wrong, I don't know. I'm not really in the mix like that, so I'm just giving my opinion based off the outside. Yeah. For you as a rapper, how have you or have you not used TikTok to kind of advance your career? And second question, what do you think about like TikTok rappers?
cool. So
Man said cool. It's gonna be.
you know what?
This is a conversation.
You know what? Alright, cool. So down to using it.
Yeah.
I need to be way more consistent. My manager's been on me. You know what I'm trying to say? But you know what? It's like, sometimes I get a little blah because it's like, I know, like, not on a cocky thing, but I know when I'm going to drop something and I know what the impact of it is going to be. So I knew when I dropped that freestyle, okay, cool, this one's, I don't know, you just kind of get this feeling. It's like, cool, has the right sounds, has the right vibe. People are going to take to this well, regardless of the fact it's 2 minutes. So sometimes I'll do that and I'll just bake off. I won't come back to that. For time. You know what I'm trying to say? But I shouldn't be doing that because I'm not at that point where I can be doing that because I'm not consistent on that app. You know what I'm trying to say? It's consistency that kind of gets you the numbers, your fan base. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, big up Steps because he's been very, very consistent. Obviously, people have seen how far he's come with that. But it comes down to consistency. Even like JTA, them man that make their skits and whatnot. Just comes down to consistency, man. That's where you get your numbers from. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think I understand the impact it can have, but being honest, I know I need to utilize it more. Yeah,
bro, that's across the board with anyone in it. Because even me, like Tay will literally say to me, bro, like you need to be on your socials a bit more, be a bit more active. Because I'm the same. Like more time I'll post, and then like, bro, it's just long, fam.
Bro,
like,
you know what? I don't like socials. You know.
Yeah.
I always tell people that if I wasn't doing music, I would not be here. I would not be on Insta. Bro, it's peak, man. So it's like sometimes that kind of affects my mental because it's like I don't want to chat to anyone. Just leave me alone. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. But sometimes I'm in a mood where I'm like, okay, I'm actually glad this is here because once I learned to not take it as serious, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's whatever, man. I don't even mind it being here no more because bro, if you see half the things I post on my story sometimes, it's just foolishness. Like today, I just told people I'm Batman for the sake of it. Like I swear down, I said, look, I haven't dropped music in time. The truth is,
banner on them things.
Yeah, the truth is I'm Batman. Like, but the thing is though, man could just come on my story and just say that and cut. You know what I'm trying to say?
No one's saying nothing.
Yeah, bro. It's like I don't have to be serious. And once I
trying to go grab him, is that right? You thinking fly the
crazy.
man?
I don't know if did I leave the what's it called open? Is the gate open? No. Oh, the gate's not open. Yeah.
You might as well, if that's right with you, to open the gate and then just tell them come to the gate.
Walk through.
Tell them come to the
guys
gate.
You gotta do a quick sprint, no?
It's a quick sprint still.
You got the windbreaker anyway, man. You're good. You know what I'm saying?
But I hear that still. In terms of fucking...
And then the TikTok rappers now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Cool. Damn. You know what? Each to their own, man. I don't rate it. But it's not for me to not like or like.
Alright, cool. Let's break it down though. Like,
yeah, it's like, what is it about the TikTok rappers that you're actually asking me about? You know what I'm trying to say? Because there's different ones. There's actually someone that actually slap. You know what I'm trying to say? But if you mean the ones that are just like what?
Following trends.
Okay, the trend stuff. Okay, cool. So I absolutely hated that sample era and every single thing that came out of it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the whole like sampling things. I mean like the whole hook sample stuff, where
like you have a girl singing.
Man would take the pop song hook, slap it on drill, and put it out there. That's my opinion. I don't like it. I think it's
Why
just
don't you
not
like it?
because it's like I feel like music.
My mic still
Alright,
on.
cool. you have to be able to at least come up with your own template and build around that. But the template's there for you. Anyone, like literally anyone.
Man,
Even
like
if it...
What's going on?
You know, I'm just deep in my back is still on it. So.
Oh, sad.
Oh yeah, that man.
I know
he-
now still. He running in the rain and that. Don't worry. You're gonna be. She's running thinking, bro. Fuck these guys. Fucking podcast.
Even if it was you or Tay, okay, cool. You write a quick 8 bars or whatever, yeah? Then your hook is just some pop song that you've listened. All right, cool. I said Dynamite in the beginning, yeah? You take that hook, you put it on the drill song, and then on either side of it, you got a verse, then the hook, then the verse. It's like, it's just dead. It's like, it's so dead. It's like, what are we actually listening to? And then on top of that, that's just the hook. You're not even saying nothing related to the hook. You haven't even, it's just there just for the sake of that it's pop. People are going to listen to it. It's just, I don't know. I feel like...
The way I see it, go on, bro.
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, like, I see somewhere, I'm not going to speak for all of them, because like you said, there is some TikTok rappers, or let me not even say TikTok rappers. Rappers that are on TikTok that are hard, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like some rappers decide to go down the fast food route. You know what I'm saying? Like, quick in, get a buzz, and it's going to go. Do you know what I'm saying? Quick in and out. And that's what I feel like the difference is between someone that's doing music and someone that's an artist. An artist is going to go the long route, and they care about their cadence. They care about
the longevity.
the beat, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, that's why I don't really have any, I don't feel nothing personal towards anyone do it what they got to do it. At the end of the day, you're going to build what you need to build for yourself, however you want to do it. But once again, like, whatever decision you make will come full circle. It's like, if you're doing something that you think is going to catch on for the now, it's like, okay, that's cool. But we'll see in how many years who's really still, you know, listening to your music. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, but everyone's got different goals. And that's why you can't really get pressed about what a next man's doing. Because it's like, if he's literally doing that, knowing that no one's going to listen to this in the next 2 years or the next 3 years, it's like, why am I getting pressed? It's like, I don't care. You know what I'm trying to say? But I know what I'm here for, and that's for longevity. And obviously, but I'm human. At the same time, I'm not going to lie, act like sometimes it don't burn a little bit when someone's just popped off like that. But then this is the thing, as long as you understand your purpose, you're not really going to get upset about a next man popping and this, that and the other. Because if you know you're here for the long run, and you're here for the longevity, and you're here for your thing to like take time and grow and this, that and the other, then that's what that matters really. You know what I'm trying to say?
Do you think that some people hop on a TikTok, like basically what Tay said, because they ain't got here to do it for fast food for one, and also do you get frustrated because from your perspective you've got actual real passion for music within just for music, do you know what I mean? So when you're seeing these people who are just looking at what they can benefit, does that like not trigger you, but does it like, what the fuck, man, like, not rate this?
Yeah, you know what, sometimes it's the most I will ever get to is me saying I don't rate it. I'll never try.
Obviously, hate on the next
Yeah,
one.
but I'll express it in my music. I might put a couple lines here and there and this, that and the other, but I'll never just start venting on some, like trying to boycott their thing, or it's just never that deep.
The way that I see it, yeah, like, let's just say, like, you're asking God, yeah, for a big, like, what you're asking for with this music thing isn't small. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not small at all. Therefore, the path that you're going to take to get to where you need to go isn't going to be small either. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's going to take you a bit longer to get there. You know what I'm saying? Whereas these other guys, they're not asking for anything that's massive. They just want the views in it. So really and truly, their path to get that, they don't need to do much.
There's not much character building needed to be able to go on TikTok and then pop off the next day. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And you know what? It's like, I've been waiting to clear this up for a while. It's like, even when I did my COVID song, I wouldn't even... That wasn't even supposed to happen. And what I mean by that is, like, my manager had only been managing me from December up until that point. We dropped that in, I think, March.
Yeah, 3 months though.
Yeah, and it's like, that whole process, at least for the year or a few months, was just supposed to be development and developing me as an artist and teaching me how to make songs, turning me from a rapper to an artist and still having... obviously knowing when to fuse the two together. So it's just supposed to be artist development, heavy artist development. But then we dropped that song and then that just flung us right into the industry, and it's like, okay, cool. Now there's no time for development. Now we got to move, because it's like, you can't just do that and go quiet. So it's like, I've had to learn a lot of things on the go, and so is Rich. You know what I'm trying to say? He's had to learn a lot of things as well as a manager. I've had to learn a lot of things as an artist. But then that's why when the bars kind of faded, and it's like, clearly if you look at anything I've done from that point onwards, it hasn't had the same amount of success, like numbers wise. It don't really matter. That's what I want it to be, because it's like, that's what it needs to be, because that's where the longevity kicks in.
And
you know what I'm
plus
trying to
there's
say?
impact as well. Like we say the same thing with the pod as well. Like you one episode might do well and get bare views, bare numbers, and the next one might not. By the end of the day, the one that could get the least amount of views probably has the biggest impact. And there'll be people who will reach out to both myself and Tay and be like, yeah, bro, this episode, it really touched me deep, or you man helped me do A, B, and C. And us man didn't even rate the episode. We're like, oh, like this one didn't perform well, or it wasn't even one of our strong ones. You know what I'm trying to say? So for you and your music, like you may have ones that are like more commercial in a sense where like that will do well. The COVID is a trending thing at the moment, boom, clear. But then you might have another one or a freestyle that you drop that might not have the most reach, but it's hitting people deeper.
100%, and that's the reason when you understand, like, those little things will help you understand your purpose, innit? And then it's like, for example, it wouldn't matter if you saw another podcast doing a mad thing and just someone started one today and it popped off on that same night or whatever. It wouldn't matter, because you lot understand your purpose. So it's like, cool, that's their thing, but this is our thing, and has our impact for our specific reason, or whatever reason it is. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. The amount of people who message me saying, wow, bro, like, you actually saved my life with that song, or I was in this dark place and this freestyle helped me with that, and this helped me with this, that, and the other. It's like, this is the reason why I can't care about what the next man
That's what I'm saying.
is doing.
That impact there alone is bigger than 100k views. Do you know what I'm saying? Just that message there alone is bigger, because you saved someone's life, bro. Like someone's life is worth way more than 100k views. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on like what your measuring scale is, innit? Like, are you measuring your success of your music purely off numbers, or is it an impact as well? Do you know what I mean? And depending on which one it is, that's how you can deem yourself whether you're successful or not. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there's a part of you, like the ego side of you as a rapper, I guess, that hold yourself like up there with all the others, like best rappers in the country. And it's like, okay, cool. There's a part of you that's like, yeah, cool. I'm levels with these man, and I can par with these man, and this, that, and the other. But then there's a part of you that sometimes doesn't really care about that, because there's the other side where people are actually in touch with what you're saying and care about what you're saying so much to the point where it's helping them in their everyday lives and this, that, and the other. And sometimes that kind of, it balances everything out. You know, there's a time for everything. There's a time to get cocky. There's a time to show man that your levels and this, that, and the other. And there's a time to, you know, cater for the people and understand why you're doing what you're doing. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Real. Well, before we wrap up, two things I want to do. I didn't even ask you this. I meant to ask you this. Like, growing up, what was your musical influences? Like, you mentioned Tiny Temper and whatnot. Listening to that.
cool.
Him on the laptop.
So, okay, I'm gonna try to do it in order. So there's Tiny Temper, Dappy. Dappy more than Tiny Temper though. Dappy way more than Tiny.
Remember his hats? He used to have his little hats with the bubble on the top. Yeah, the beanie thing. Big up
Dappy, man. He actually brought me out to perform at a show that he did in the club.
So let's break that down then quickly. Like, you went from watching him when you was younger, big influence, to now you performing at his show.
That was mad, yeah. So what happened was, I was invited to like a little six-a-side celebrity football competition or whatever. Made it to the final against Dappy's team, so he's brought his boys down to play or whatever.
What was the football team? What was it called?
It's Soccer 6.
Oh, okay, I thought it was something else.
So, six-a-side tournament throughout the day. Made it to the final, and then we faced off his team. And then afterwards, I networked with him, and I was like, you know what? I'm very timid sometimes. I'm like, I don't want to be too inner and do too much. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't want to do too much. Cause I'm like, you know what? He's actually in my head. You know, I see everyone's still human no matter what. You know what I'm trying to say? But a part of it's just like, when are you gonna see him again though? You know what I'm trying to say?
In person.
And you know what? And it's not like what I'm asking. I'm not asking him to put me on. It's not like I'm asking for nothing mad. I just asked if I could spit bars. If he said no, would have been a no, innit? But then,
that's the worst that can happen.
Yeah, it's calm. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't think that's too aggravating, especially in the setting. You just got to know the setting, innit? And he said, yeah, calm. And then I spat at the bathroom.
What, on the football pitch, like straight after?
No, so after when we got changed and whatnot,
Yeah.
went to one of his brethren's cars because he was leaving, connected my phone to the speaker.
Hard.
And then with the car speaker, and then man spat freestyle for him. And then he said, yeah, I want to bring you up at a show he's in a club. So it was a little show, but it was still, it's not even about what it was. I was like, the fact that he heard that and then he like championed my thing to like bring me out there was amazing. It's like, that's another, those little things just keep you pushing, you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, Dappy's one of them. Eminem, he's one of them as well. I just had a weird superstition when I was younger with the fact that I was born in 2002 and then he dropped Lose Yourself in 2002. I was like, yeah, I'm made for this. I was like, even though I was like, but when I was younger, I was like,
I know them.
It's not even like he dropped it in my birth month. It's like he just dropped it in the year. I said, yeah, this is for me still. One of them silly superstitions, but I ran with it when I was younger. I love Eminem stuff. Definitely a heavy influence as well. Joyner Lucas.
He's hard.
A rapper called NF. Who else, man? Dave, definitely. Sench, Millions. Nux as well. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Literally.
So
Potter.
Can't forget Potter, man. Potter's free now as well, man.
So what I was gonna say, is that all these different rappers, like, would you say that they are big inspirations to you, but at different parts in your journey? You know what I'm trying to say? So obviously, like,
I'm Blanco.
Yeah. So like,
now I'm done.
childhood days, it was obviously like Tiny and
those are the ones that I just listened to their music heavily, but wasn't like, I wouldn't say like right now I use any of their I guess like techniques or whatever in my music, but down to like the part of me that really started to shape my music, I would say cool, Dave's in there, Millions in there, Sench's in there, Potter, Blanco.
And you know what it is? It's not even a case of like taking things from them, man. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it could just be like, oh, cool. Potter had a hard song. I'm inspired by this, so now this is gonna help influence.
The influence.
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? It's not even a case of replicating or copying their blueprint. You're still your Psychs. You know what I mean? Your own journey. But it's like cool. When I was in this stage of my career, when it first started, grassroots, Tiny, and so I'm listening to, helping to inspire me to do this. Then you're at this point. This rappers helped me to do. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I hear that.
I guess it's like as well. It's like just I would say. It's not about catting them completely, but it's like you just respect them so much in the field that they're in that you're inspired by it, and it helps influence, I guess, what you do. For example, like with Blanco, he's in his own little pocket with the Baila funk beats, the Brazilian funk beats. And I was like, bro, I remember listening to it, I was like, bro, this is a cold pocket to be in. And I've made quite a few like freestyles in that pocket. And I'm linked in with Blanco, so I even send him a couple things sometimes. And when he's saying, "Oh, it's fire, bro," this, that, and the other, and it's like that. Just even that helps. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like
message can just,
man, it helps because it's like, bro, I rate your thing so much, and then you're rating what I've done with your thing and not seeing it as me catting it as well. That's the best feeling.
It's just that part for part.
It's like that's the best feeling. But he knows, but because I paid a homage, that you know that no matter what, like. This came from you, and I wouldn't have hopped in this pocket without hearing someone do it as good as that first. So yeah, man.
Facts.
Big still. Yeah, man.
So no more. Well, that's the end of the episode. Yeah, but what we do before we wrap up, we leave a gem for the people. So any practical gem, it could be based on something that we touched on today. It's completely unrelated, just a practical gem that they can take away and use from today on.
Don't take life personal, and remember, people are just people. And that's that.
Yeah, straight, simple to the point. What about you, bro?
My one would be follow your passion, man. And again, there's some like general type shit, but again, Psychs sitting here like from young, 8-9 years old, mumsy's laptop, printing out the lyrics and writing it down. That's a passion, you know what I'm trying to say? And look how far he's come just from following that passion and kind of exploring that. So I would say, if there's something you want to do and or try, like commit to that. Who knows what could happen in 5 years, 5 weeks, 5 months, you know what I'm trying to say? So follow your passion, man, real.
Strong. I'll probably just say, quickly, don't take life too seriously, man. Like, you know that quote, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain situations, you got to take with a pinch of salt and kind of laugh at these situations and think, I'm going through this now, but I'll get over that. You know what I'm saying? So don't take life too serious to where you're thinking, oh, this is the end of the world. Like, have some humor in your trauma sometimes. That kind of helps, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, take life with a pinch of salt sometimes. That's my gym.
That is it.
I'm
Love
saying,
my
my
boy.
boy. Coming through, my bro. Good episode, man.
Appreciate you,
Yeah,
lot.
love.
Yeah, man.